back up.
All right, he's sorry. Oh,
sweetie, are you so sorry?
You good? You good?
Is that his phone?
Yeah.
I'm his wife. Can I come? His wife.
You can't ride with us, but you can go to the hospital.
I need the keys.
Yep.
We are headed to the hospital. Justin and Jason are in the ambulance. The animal abuse, human abuse, they go hand in hand. And when you have people that are willing to torture horses, they will come down and attack you in a public park. Whew, that was hard to watch. The attack was horrible. And last week's episode we ended with we were going to go protesting, and little did I know that by the end of that night all three of us would be sitting in the emergency room. We have an episode coming out that will cover it in its entirety, so be sure to watch that episode as soon as it comes out, but for now continue to enjoy this episode.
Morning, Hailey. So it looks like we have someone new in the pasture.
This weekend, yes, we do. This weekend, because I stay on the property, I came out, I think, early Saturday morning, around about 4 in the morning, and I noticed because some of the horses were making a lot of noise. So I came out to check on them, and I noticed Ayani, our mare in this pasture, was kind of pacing down, laying down a lot. So I was hoping that maybe she wasn't colicking and everything, so I went out to check on her, and about 2 hours after that, she gave birth to the pretty little filly you guys see behind me. Both mom and baby right now are looking pretty good and healthy. The baby stood up right away, and it's definitely good to see something very happy happen around here. We definitely need it after buyout and all that. She's definitely our little survivor baby, so we're very excited to be able to kind of interact with her a little bit more when she gets a little older, and hopefully they both go to a good home together.
Hi, Mama. Highly doubt you have a microchip, but let's just check. Hi. We're gonna poke you with a needle for your blood, okay? Oh my goodness. Oh boy, say, I'm away from my puppies. This is great. See, this is great. Those puppies are crazy. Come on. Don't eat that, okay? Okay, come here. That's a very good foot. She's like, here. What happened to your toesies?
She apparently rolled the window down and jumped out on their way here.
Oh no.
And was hanging out of the window.
Oh, and
so they got her back in, but she got a little scraped up.
Ooh, be still. It's okay, it's okay. That should be enough. Good job. Yeah, it scraped up your toes a little bit. Yeah. Hi. So I want to lick you so bad. You're dirty. Can I listen to your throat? Hi. Oh, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. You sound perfect.
This mama here came in last night. She came in with 8 puppies that are super chunky and cute. They're kind of like a cute mix of lab mix, shepherd mix, Rottweiler mix. They're very different looking, but they are adorable. Everybody looks pretty healthy. So we just kind of set them up, kept them in the vet building last night since she had little babies. And we are doing her intake today. Megan with High Forest is gonna come pick up her and her babies this afternoon. So we wanted to get them all up to date on vaccines, microchips, everything they need so that they're ready to go. And she will keep them with mom until they're ready to be weaned. And then they should hopefully all get adopted very fast because they are adorable.
She's the best girl. He's just so cute. Hi. Oh, I love you so much. I still got my blue eyes. Okay, Gina's gonna look at your teeth first. Ready?
Yeah, the very back ones are starting to come in. Okay. So he's probably less than 8 weeks. So I'd probably say maybe 7 weeks.
Okay. So distemper board.
And a big stabby microchip. I'm so sorry.
She's like, no, not the microchip. Oh, I love you.
I mean, Tim couldn't say no if I just brought you home, right? You're already there. Yes.
All right, sir, let me listen to your little heart and lungs. Oh, I hear sniffing. Can you make him sternal? Yes, you do. Hi. Oh, you sniff. You sniff so much. All I hear is sniffing.
I'm a lot
Just hear a lot of... So, well, I can hear a semblance of a heartbeat under there, but I can't tell if you have a murmur or arrhythmia. So I hear sniffing.
Oh, I just love you.
They're gonna have to recheck you.
We had a discussion this morning at our meeting about cute aggression because some staff didn't know that that was a real thing. But it is in fact, and it's just when something is so adorable, you wanna just like crush it. Like this guy.
Look at your teeny tiny little ears. Do you have any ear canal?
He's like, nah.
You so cute. I'm sorry. You still got your puppy breath. It's kind of stinky. Puppy breath kind of stinky.
Here's my butt.
Yep. Your butt looks fine.
Oh my gosh. You look like a little bear.
It's a good thing Megan is taking these dogs because he definitely would have been hiding in my backpack, huh? Yeah, because you're just too cute.
Okay, the worst one, the microchip.
I know, bless you.
All right, let me try and desensitize this a little bit. All right, buddy.
I know, I'm sorry, but you need it because you look just like your brother. Yeah.
So you guys are just a little too small then for 99.1.
Okay, I'll go put you back. Yes, I'll bring your baby back. I'll get a different one, okay? Hi, Mama. Nope, come here. Back up. Look, there he is. I brought him back, okay?
There. I'm gonna get all these vaccines drawn up first just to make the rest go a little quicker.
We are going to catch pigs. The same pigs we ran up and down the holler. And we're gonna, well, they're already caught. This lady just said she just caught them, no problem. So we're just gonna go pick them up.
She didn't run through a holler.
Do what?
She didn't run through a holler. Look, she's getting it. There we go. There we go. Now I am Cydney's navigator. So she ran inside to get the address. And we are going to head out and try to catch these pigs for the second time.
We got this.
We got this. We also said that last time.
Pig catching number 2.
Podcast part 4.
Podcast part 4, same pigs.
Same pigs, different pen.
We are on Pig Road. We just turned on Pig Road. Road may flood. See, that's what pigs like.
Well, look.
There they are. We chase these things all up and down the holler.
I believe it.
I don't know how you got them.
Hi, pigs.
like a puzzle. Okay.
Just watch out because they might try to run under here.
The opposite direction.
Ah, Hailey, watch him. Alright. Close a minute, close a minute. Oh crap, that one got out.
The pigs are loose.
Oh my. Well, folks.
That needs to work, but
I was trying to hold it. Look at the dent. Hailey, we're getting these pigs today. I can tell you that much. Can you fix it?
Yeah, pick it up.
Y'all, we had to do some figuring because this ain't gonna work. But we've got, Hailey grabbed a pallet. She's got some corn.
You got good food.
No, just ease her. It's okay, Mama. Shh. It's a snapping turtle.
There's one.
One pig! That just made my whole day. We chased. Okay.
now to get the other. Good job, Cydney. Good job.
We're trying to get the two others, so. But I feel accomplished with that one, honestly.
Here comes the other one.
We're gonna let her do that because she's been getting them in.
Yeah, we thought the gates would hold them, and they said no. So.
And they went through me and Hailey and Media Hailey, and then Horse Hailey was trying to get them, and now we're staring at that one and the
Y'all
other
should have
ran
seen
off, but
Sydney's face when that pig was ramming that gate.
I was like,
She was like, she didn't know whether to hold it or be shocked.
why don't they just get on the trailer?
Man, the whole thing broke. We had to fix the gate.
And then Hailey got a pallet.
Then I found the pallet. We're leaving with one for sure.
But we got one. We got the biggest one.
I think this is the male. Wasn't this the male that was breeding everyone?
I think so, but she said it might be the mama, but I said one of them's a male because that was.
Yeah, I know one of them is a male.
Yeah. We'll have to get it to the shelter and look at it.
I'm Casey, and these nice little 3 piggies that have acquired this as their home, I just have been feeding them, and they for some reason like that building. I'm not sure why. I will definitely get them put up this evening, hopefully.
You never know with the pigs.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're
Temperamental.
a lot faster than I thought they were going to be, honestly.
They just kind of showed up.
Yeah, they just wandered up through the woods, and my dogs tried to eat them. And my horse, she almost got one of them one day.
Oh no.
So they definitely need a new home.
We got one.
That's how it went.
That's how it went.
Those other two just kind of bent the little cage thing there, and me and Hailey were trying to. These pigs. I just want them all in the trailer. I just want them all in the trailer.
These
But
pigs are haunting Cydney.
Look
Did
at
she
that
just
one.
try to run at you?
Yeah, she's foaming at the mouth.
You got rabies. Are you rabid?
I mean, we're gonna get to the shelter and we're gonna say, do y'all want the good news or bad news?
I know. We gotta say that.
Yeah. But anyways, y'all stay tuned because this pig deal isn't over yet.
It's a part 2 situation.
Yeah.
Over here, we gotta unload this pig.
So they got loose.
But they're
catch 'em?
they're staying around the house, so the lady said she'll call tomorrow.
Okay, we just need to take a surrender form.
Yeah.
Only one pig? We only got one?
We only got one, and this one is
Not
It wants to
nice.
bite you.
I mean, it's been running through the woods for a month.
Me.
Why would you?
It's just hot. It's stressed out. It's hot. It's had a bad day, okay?
That's what I'm thinking, but
Ready?
Unleash the baby. Girl, you better get in there. That was entertaining.
Good job, Lydia.
Great job.
You should see the video of us trying to catch it.
We're here with Tarheel's Irresistible. It's a bit of a mouthful to say it all, but he was thrown away in the slaughter pipeline and we've rescued him. We're going to be documenting him, taking x-rays of his stacks. There was preliminary x-rays done on intake, but we knew we had to do really thorough x-rays and make a report to the USDA and everything. We're getting ready to deep dive into everything we can find out about him. These gross clumps of hair coming out. You know, these gross clumps of rain rat coming out. How'd you get rain rat if you're supposed to be in a stall?
This guy has been amazing to deal with, and obviously behavioral interpretation is subjective, but he seems to be quite dissociated to me. Like he's responsive and he's obedient, but he's very not present. So most horses are very present in their bodies, and this horse is like, my brain has exited the building a little bit. And I think, so I worked with elephants for 10 years, and there's a lot of issues with chronic pain. Highly intelligent animals that have to deal with chronic pain or chronic boredom will often dissociate as a coping strategy, where they just check out mentally. Yeah, you're a good boy. He was so dirty that we brought him in and bathed him. Mud actually can show up on x-rays, but his legs have been kind of swollen, so I cold hosed his legs. We're gonna try to take some thermal imaging photos as well, but those are also really inaccurate where you have mud, so a bath was the first step to a lot of that. And Tawnee has way more experience than I do with these horrific torture chamber shoes. So she's gonna help me today. We're gonna try to get...
Easy, buddy.
I know, is that too hard?
Easy.
Can you put your foot down? He really doesn't want to. All right, let's try this. You're a good boy, I know.
Yeah, I think that'd be helpful.
I think we can still make this work. Let's try. Can you actually move the plate? Yes, perfect. Oh my goodness. Okay,
Can you try to go back a little bit further?
Yeah. Change the focal distance, I totally
Yeah.
can.
So we can hopefully get like
Yeah.
the entirety of it in there.
Is this a big lead weight in here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they put extra weight inside.
That is so crazy. I think that might be close to what we can get.
Yeah.
Can we move up the foot just a little bit? Easy. Good boy. Sorry, bud. All right, let's do the DP of the foot while we have him up here. And this is where I really don't like this because this does show up. But let's try putting that back there, and I'm gonna shoot from the front and let's see. Oh, he's got side bone.
Poor guy.
Yeah, we lost the bottom of the shoe. Do you want to try putting it down? I don't remember how bad that bar is. I think it's not going to be diagnostic, but let's try this.
Might have to lower the x-ray machine down maybe if it's in it.
That was pretty close to what we want right there.
Walking on nails is what this needs to
Look
be.
at that image. Slightly different.
That's a really good shot. You just need to come over a little bit to get the rest of the band in. Or maybe I change my position.
You're good. That was me. I'm going to back up just a little bit. You've probably taken more than I have. I think we got...
That's good.
Man, you can almost not even see the shoe. All right, sorry.
Lift it up just a little bit to get the top of his band. Who?
It might have been too much.
There you go.
Let's try some obliques, which is a weird view. You're doing great, sir. Ooh, look at that. That's a great view. It's got some roughening right there.
You poor baby.
That actually looks like it could be a coffin bone fracture. Look at these real quick and see if I need a different view. He's got some opacity changes that the view we need is through the coffin bone, but we can't get it through this shoe. But what we can get, hi, you're a good boy. What we can get, let's do this one, Tawnee. Can you we're gonna take the plate out and put it in there and shoot straight down. He is an extremely good boy. Well, that's unhelpful.
It's the lead down there.
It's the lead.
Was picking it up at the bottom of the
Yeah, so I'm trying to evaluate the coffin bone, and there's this big glob of lead in these nails, so really can't tell what's going on in there until we get those shoes off. It's like a glob of lead, like it's a carcinogen. Don't let your children around the Tennessee walking horse industry.
No.
Since he's being so perfect, let's do carpal films. Let's move up that leg and just finishing everything up on that leg, and then we'll switch to the next one.
Look at like this weird big spike in the middle of it.
Well, and then like, here's the ground, and here's... Yeah. Okay.
And like how high up like his coffin bone is. And a lot of times they'll do pressure.
This is all arthritic changes up here.
They'll do pressure shoeing. So, well, that was in the article I sent you, that they'll trim them down really, really low. And then they'll also like put stuff up under it to make more pressure when they put these stacks.
It's horrible. Why you got such a snotty nose, my friend? Okay, how does he feel about his elbow? Can you tuck that up under there? Yeah, awesome. I know this is weird.
Okay. So crazy, like we've done some crazy stuff and he is just like
he's
frozen stiff.
He's not fully present. You're a good boy.
We need to get
that view right there?
That view right there.
Yeah, that definitely, I'm gonna clip those and ultrasound, but you're a good boy. We're not gonna hurt you anymore, okay?
Like the crusty wounds there, the hair is shorter.
Yep.
Because hair loss is common with these chemical burns. Any lumps, if you put your finger right where I put my thumb, just kind of run through there.
We palpated these, and they're bilaterally symmetrical, right? Like it's the exact same spot in the other
So those
foot.
are like the scars from chemical burns.
Have you seen these x-rays, Keith? Look at this. Oh. It smells like he has stuff under there. Tawnee, honestly, here, let me back this up a little bit. Ooh, that coffin bone does not look good. There's a lot happening right here. I can't tell if that's a bridging osteophyte and a coffin bone fracture, but there's a lot happening right there. I know you want the whole thing. Let me try one more time. I'm gonna back this up even further. There were rocks packed up between the heel and those nails right there, and they smell super disgusting. Let's try for the DP.
They will teach them not to move under any circumstance when their feet's getting messed with, because if they do, they can get disqualified.
Oh. Honestly, I think we could pull this horse out of the stocks.
Yeah. I'm sure we could.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Side bone. Tawnee, can you pull it? Yes, exactly. Thank you so much. I like this image for demonstrating like how unnaturally oriented that foot is compared to the ground. I want to take one more at this angle and zoom in a little bit more so I can evaluate bony changes a little bit better. I'm glad you're on good pain meds, sir. That's great. Okay.
One on the other one? I know we got the upper one, but did we get the
I believe we did. I'm embarrassed to admit how poor I am at left versus right. Extensive, horrific, barbaric. What adjective am I looking for?
All of the above.
And he's got arthritis in multiple areas. You know, let's try an oblique view of that. There is a little opacity change in both this bone and this bone. Let's try an oblique. Let's try to shoot across that.
You're
and
done
see.
with the plate down there?
Yes. I want to get Hawk films on him just to kind of gauge degree of arthritis. If you have time to do that on his back legs, and then I'm going to clip and switch to ultrasound.
They have to perform in such a different position than a normal horse would on the back end. There's so much stress.
Yeah. Man, that hoof has been clubbed for a long time. Look at that lesion right there. Let's do a DP. Whoa.
He has nails in there.
He sure does. That is very strange. Let's
He probably
try
had a shoe on that got ripped off.
Let's try a DP. He's got nail holes. So you could kind of see these scars before you clipped, but you can see this depigmented area. And when you run your finger over, there's a thick band of scar tissue here and also here. That's kind of in these locations. Based on other cases that were proven to be soring, these scars are very consistent with soring, which was made illegal in 1970, and this horse is 19. And he's got more evidence of it here in the front. Yeah. But these, I mean, back here, like that's an ulcerated area. He came in with these horrible looking shoes on, which if you look at the radiographs, there's like 65 nails in here and a big glob of lead. This shoe type is called Stacks. And of course, immediately, all we want to do is just take these off, right? The reason why he still has them on, our farrier is coming tomorrow, but this part of the leg right here is called the suspensory apparatus. It's more complicated than this, but we have the superficial digital flexor tendon and the deep digital flexor tendon, and together, paired with some other soft tissue structures, they make up the suspensory apparatus. So this horse is 19. So if these shoes had just been put on one shoe cycle ago, 6 weeks ago, we might still be concerned, but we wouldn't be quite as concerned because we would know that these tendons and ligaments had been in a more normal position. What we know from the Tennessee walking horse industry is that many of these horses start to shoe as 2-year-olds in these shoes. So potentially this horse has been in stack shoes for 17 years. And that makes me very, very concerned to abruptly change the angle of that suspensory apparatus. And so this suspensory apparatus has been at this angle. And if we just pull this shoe and we take his foot from this angle to this angle, all of a sudden we're gonna create a tremendous amount of pressure and tension on those soft tissue structures that aren't used to being able to move in that direction. I am not a farrier. I don't even know how you would get out these huge, they look like roofing nails to me. They look like these big construction nails, but in the x-rays, we can see how many nails are actually holding this shoe in place. So it's not just this that we can take off, but we also have to be very, very careful to support the soft tissue structures of the leg. That will need to include exercise restriction, really thick bedding. I did a bunch of research because I actually don't have any experience with this. It doesn't seem like this happens very often, that these horses make it to a safe retirement option where they can have these shoes off. And so we're gonna have to communicate with our farrier and see if she thinks there's a safe option for him. So we would love to have these off. They smell atrocious. There actually were rocks kind of packed up behind here, and it definitely smells like there's thrush or some other bad kind of infection happening underneath. I also can't really evaluate the coffin bone radiographically. There are some changes, but because there's a giant glob of lead. Lead is completely radio opaque, nothing goes through it. So I really can't evaluate the health of the bone under here, even though I can see there are some changes to it. So, and this bad clip job, I'm gonna clip here, and we're gonna do an ultrasound of some of the soft tissue structures in this leg. But that's why we didn't immediately take these shoes off, and hopefully we can get them off and get him comfortable. He can't go outside in these shoes because he trips really easily. That lesion, ouch. Let's see if we can get a orthogonal of that.
Up this way.
Can he even straighten it out?
No, he can't.
That should have been a better image.
There we go. Oh man, look at that.
He's got multiple bony lesions.
Poor guy.
Ouch.
But that's where they're bending it, and like nobody's talking about that.
Yeah.
So
Tawnee and I were able to take extensive radiographs. He does have osteoarthritis in his front feet, multiple of his front joints. He's got partial collapse of his left hock, and we actually found multiple tail fractures, which is really sad. They do neurectomies where they basically cut the essential tendon of the tail so they can hold it up during showing. You're such a good boy. Look how respectful he is. He is on daily pain medication, in case anyone is concerned that we have this horse with all of these problems. He is responding well to his pain medication. Our plan today was to go through all of the radiographs and complete really thorough ultrasound exams, but we had to bathe him first because he was disgusting. And then he had to dry before we could clip him. And now we're at the end of the day. So I think we're gonna reschedule our ultrasound exams for tomorrow or Thursday so we can get really high quality images. There are scars consistent with the practice of soaring. I cannot, as a clinician, say this is exactly what the scar is from, but I can say that we have bilaterally symmetrical what appear to be intentional losses of hair and thick fibrotic tissue that's consistent with the practice. Soaring was made illegal in 1970 by the Horse Protection Act, and it is a condemned practice by all of the major bodies. The American Association of Equine Practitioners and the American Veterinary Medical Association have made very strong statements that are not supportive of the practice of putting horses in these big stack shoes. It's a much bigger discussion. It's a very political discussion. And I'm happy that he seems to be responding well to the pain medication that he really needed. And we'll keep you posted on what else we find.
So somebody other than Keith has a birthday coming up. And that birthday was actually on Monday. And I planned to do it on Monday, but I said I'm gonna do it today anyway. So, with that being said, there you
Somebody
are.
has a birthday on Monday.
But hold on one second.
On Monday. Oh,
Where's she going?
I might want to unlock the car.
it's a horse.
A litter of puppies.
A litter of puppies.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yay.
Thank you, Lynn.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, be careful because that's glass.
Oops. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So they say when you hit like the 0s and 5s, you should get a speed limit sign. I can finally go 55 now.
There we go.
So,
Come on.
There we go.
there you go. I need to get a little speed limit sign now, right?
All right.
It's a federal offense. Well, I'm not gonna steal a sign. I don't know.
I mean, if it just happens to fall off the pole, that's not our fault.
Here comes the birthday boy.
I guess I'm gonna have to go to the fridge.
Keith. All right.
Hi,
well,
Keith.
I heard it through the grapevine today is your birthday. Come on, Keith. All right. So you missed morning meeting, so I was like, we could do a one-on-one thing here.
Cool.
All right. So there's your card.
Thank
Hold
you.
on one second. Hold
Oh,
on
she's
one
got
second.
more.
Well, signed by all kinds of people.
Okay.
A little gift.
A little gift.
Thank you. Aha! Everybody knows me. Reese's. Oh.
Look at all that.
I'm gonna lose my girlish figure. That's a private joke. Me and Angela's been doing that one for years. Thank y'all.
So this mare has this draining tract on her side. She cultured a streptococcal bacteria. She actually cultured a couple different bacteria, but she's got this area that looks like it's almost completely tried to heal, but then she still has a draining tract, which sometimes means there's foreign matter in there, which can just be a part of the body that's like died. Like if there's a little bit of a rib fracture or something in here, that could be something that could lead to this appearance. But I just want to make sure that there's not something in there.
That's so heartbreaking when horses, especially the foals, are like this. It's like, you know, someone's been messing with them and they gave up. Mm-hmm. Probably because the prognosis was grave, if I had to guess. Has contracted down a lot. It still has that central area of like yellow type.
Chewy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this whole side's really warm.
Do you guys think she'll tolerate like cold hosing it?
Maybe.
Might not be worth fighting that battle right now.
Re-X-ray it too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna X-ray and ultrasound, and if we could joint tap it, but if she's not sedated, I don't know if we want to try.
I want to slap the ultrasound probe on this before I probe it. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't like, I mean, there could be a foreign body in there for sure, but.
Oh, seriously?
There's definitely a hole right there, guys. Yeah, great. I don't see a big chunk of bone.
There's some change on that side too.
Yeah. Interesting.
What you got?
Shorty has bony changes in the left hock.
Mm-hmm. 104.2.
What? He's got a temp?
104.2.
Oh, dang. What I'm doing is enlarging to the extent that I can probe the affected area, and I'm so close to being there. I have one more little band of tissue that's keeping me from getting in, but I don't want to cut more than I have to, so. Can we trace that up? So it is superficial to the ribs, which is
good.
Nice to know.
Especially because GI is like right there.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm pushing it externally. So there it is. What is happening just cranial to this? Because that's the tip. And I don't want to push it harder. You see any like giant pocket or anything up there?
Oh, I don't know.
Definitely stuff up there. Just a second ago, I was doing like a push-pull. There we go. Look at all the
schmoo.
Look at all that coming out.
Schmutz. Which way do you think would be best to lay the drain? I think
this direction, I like the drain in this direction.
Yeah.
I just can't get my finger up there, and my whole, the way I place drains is I put my finger in and I palpate first. And I'm kind of thrown off.
Ooh, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to? We should probably keep mouthwash in our office somewhere.
Maybe. Man, this thing healed crazy strong.
Fiber, man.
Right? But that's it. That's what I need to cut. This beautiful mare's name is Mahogany. She is mama to baby Trinity. She came in with this very infected smelling puncture wound on her side. It comes in here and it goes all the way up to here. It looks very old to me. Her body tried to heal this part over and Couldn't because it just had a bunch of infected material up in there. I'm glad for her sake it wasn't. Secretly, I was hoping we were going to find like a stick or something, because you hear about those cases, and they're so satisfying. I did not find any foreign debris up there. I just found kind of necrotic tissue and a bunch of little pockets of abscess. This is also another circumstance where it's incredible to have a second vet, because Gina came in and ultrasounded the tip of the implement that I was holding up in the area so I could see exactly where it ended. And we had a bunch of little tiny pockets of micro abscesses that I hadn't flushed out. And so I was able to access those and flush them because I could see them on the ultrasound without having to physically open them all, which is great for this mare because she's just going to have 2 little areas of suture instead of a giant incision right here. I'm going to close the old area that I took a bunch of necrotic debris off, but I'm going to leave an area open on purpose so we have a place for drainage to occur. We did a culture and sensitivity, so we know what bacteria are in there and what antibiotics we can use. I do think she's going to have a pretty significant scar over here, but she's just lovely to work with, and I don't think scars matter that much. This is right over her girth area, so if she is rideable and somebody puts her in a girth, that might be a challenge later on, but I don't care about that for today. Can you smell it?
Yeah.
Can you smell the stuff? Yeah. So it was pretty gross up there. That team has a really tough update. We had to let baby Trinity go today. Doggone it. I'm gonna try really hard to get through this. Right.
It's okay.
We knew she had a really low chance of making it. And so we put parameters in place that we just said, these are the parameters. And our whole team discussed it and we said, we wanna give her every possible shot, but if certain things happen that indicate that she's going septic, we're gonna call right away. So Nicole came in every day, every single day over the weekend, took her temperature, gave her medications. She's done great for her bandage changes. I initially gave her a 5% chance at best. And she defied those odds over the weekend. She had a great weekend with her mommy. She's done really well on her pain meds, but we brought her in today. She seemed a little off this morning. She was a lot more lethargic. I spent my lunch break in their stall just kind of grooming her mom, and she just seemed very subdued. And we brought her in and we took her temp and it was 104.2. So that's a pretty significant fever, and our first indication that she was headed into sepsis. So for those of you that don't know who baby Trinity is, she's a filly who came in through our buyout program. She came in last Tuesday. And she was pretty much flat out when she came. She got off the trailer and she laid down and she would not get up. And she had a penetrating wound to her right carpus that communicated with the joint space. So a septic joint in any horse is a 911 disaster. A septic joint in a young foal that's been left for a really long time that has purulent discharge is just... We took some samples of what was inside her joint, and I don't know if you can see on camera, but joint fluid should be kind of barely straw colored and shouldn't have stuff in it. So there's a lot of particulate matter swirling around in this joint fluid, which we haven't sent for analysis yet, but it further confirms what we believe to be the truth, that she had a septic carpus, but then that high fever it was an indication that that infection was spreading and was affecting her systemically. So it's also especially heartbreaking because while injuries like this are often life-ending, one paper I read said if you catch it really early and it's just one spot, there's a 77% chance of survival. Whoever owned this pair didn't provide them with appropriate vet care, but dumped them at a slaughter auction. This little filly lost her life. It's also especially heartbreaking because these guys clearly have been loved and cared for and are very great to work with.
So on Monday, when we rechecked her to do her bandage, we were like, let's take some radiographs, let's take some additional views. And I was like, hey, let's just bust out the ultrasound and see what it shows. Because a lot of times you can see changes that are pretty significant with ultrasound before you'll see radiographic changes. And we saw a lot of effusion and a lot of particulate material in and around the joint. Between all the little carpal bones, like there's joints between the carpal bones as well as like the surfaces that do like this when they're moving, and there was stuff all between all of them. So there's synovial cartilage over the synovial surfaces. And on ultrasound, you could see it'd be like smooth and then like really jaggedy with a little flap. So whenever you have things like that, usually what an arthroscopic surgeon would do is go in and arthroscopically remove that, because if it's flopping around in there, it's not going to be a good surface for the joint, and it's going to continue to make the joint angry. But post-mortem, when you open up the wound and we looked at the actual joint surfaces, there was a lot of extensive...
So much more than we could see on the x-rays of the ultrasound. I mean, like, you run your finger over it and it was gritty. So it was absolutely the right call, which helps you sleep better at night. It's still really sad, but finding that balance of you don't want them to suffer, but you don't want to give up too early is...
Yeah, and a lot of times that's why GPs would be like, hey, you probably should go to a referral service and get a CT, because there's only so much we can see with ultrasound and radiographs that you can't see, but something like CT, a bone scan, you know, those kind of MRIs, those things will show you more about what's going on that we can't see on the outside with our general practice measurements. So unfortunately, that kind of stuff did not make a good prognosis for her athletic or quality of life as a pasture pet.
It's also something that's really amazing to have at Horse Plus is that we have more than one vet team member. So if there's like, what do you think about this? There's somebody right there who can look at the image, touch the patient, give you their opinion in real time, and share the burden when you lose one.
We are out here protesting for the Tennessee walking horses. We've seen a number of them go by already. We're also doing this in Clint C's memory and his honor. What's happening to Tennessee walking horses is absolutely horrific. So we have some Big Lick horseshoes here. They are quite big, quite heavy. This one you can see where they have lead in the shoe. And it's really just barbaric. I can't imagine, and they're very heavy. Like, some of them are over 8 pounds. The amount of stuff they put these horses through just to receive an artificial gait that they can win a ribbon for. And you think of the horse that we just rescued that's back in his stall with chemical burns on his legs. And that's what we're trying to prevent. We're trying to educate people. So please share this video, talk about it, tell people about it. Like, if you go online, you really don't see organizations talking about the abuse that's happening to Big Lick horses, and we're trying to stop it. So support our work and share our videos. The horse show is about to start, and we're gonna go in and get a first-hand look. We've documented this show for a number of years. We can go right down next to the ring because this is a public park. We never know what we're gonna see. Those big heavy shoes, there has been horse shows where the horse is performing with those heavy shoes and the hoof capsule with the shoe gets ripped off the horse's leg. That's one of the worst things you could see. I mean, a horse could break its leg, but for the shoe to get ripped off, that does happen. I've been a part of seeing it and working with those. I've seen it multiple times. I know it's happened here. It was last year or the year before, a shoe got ripped off. And they put a big metal strap over it to try to prevent it from happening. But if you have all those nails and a metal strap, that's a lot trying to keep the hoof on there. And the pressure can just be so great for the horse moving that the hoof capsule can actually, the hoof gets ripped off from the horse's body. So that's really horrific. So hopefully we don't see that tonight. There's a lot that goes on, so we're about to go in and see what happens tonight.
Back up.
Like he's hurting on people.
Oh, sweetie, Ariel. So sorry.
You good? You good?
We need this guy arrested. It's all on video.
Right now. You good? I have everything on camera. He needs to go to jail tonight, sir.